So again, as it always has been, today is going to be very, very, very little or probably no PowerPoint presentation webinar as we've had a few of my earlier webinars. So first of all, let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you. We have our veterans who've attended a lot of webinars for us, and we have some new joinees as well. Welcome for today's 29th webinar, if I'm not wrong. Is that right, Jagan? 29th webinar
Yes,
is.
Akash.
Yes, excellent. And today we are going to talk about the five very, very important routines for people who are aged 50 and above. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be 50 and above today, but as we go forward, we definitely, need these routines for us, need these routines for our family, need these routines for our life to fall in place. Now, what first of all, what is very important is for us to understand what is SAM all about. So I will, Jagan, would you take a minute and talk about SAM and our mission to our guests and then I'll right jump into the routines.
Yeah, thanks, Akash. Friends, I'm Jagannathan here, founder of Stay Active Movement 4075. We have with us Mr. Akash, who's the co-founder. So, what Stay Active Movement 4075 is all about, in short, we focus on three different areas. One, the family. Two, the senior citizen. Number three, the caretaker in the family. Whatever program we do on online is absolutely free for the community, and all our programs are focused on these three parameters: the family, the senior citizen, and the caretaker in the family. so
Okay.
so this involves the family members. We have this uh, number 4075. What is it all about? By the time you reach 40, your parents would ideally be 65, right? So that is the prime time when a lot of challenges starts taking place in the family. The total dynamic starts changing. So we thought we'll address this segment of people. In other terms, cash them in. Normally when we use the term cash them in, we always think about the kids, but here when we say cash them in, we are looking at people in the range of 40, so that they can start handling their family situations but better and have a good work-life balance. So this is what we are focusing on, and today we have Akash will be speaking to us. Akash, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jagan. Now we my camera. Okay, I think there is some challenge with the lighting in this room, and that's why it actually looks like this. I'm so sorry about it. Maybe next time what I will do is I'll have a better lighting setup in my room, and hence that'll be better clarity. But thank you very much, Suresh ji, for pointing that out. Now, I would like to begin with this one question to all of you. Do you have a routine, some sort of routine, whatever it could be? Do you have a routine? And I would like to begin myself. I do have a routine. I wake up in the morning, and it's called as a morning routine. So I do three things, 20 minutes each. I do physical exercise for 20 minutes, then I do a bit of meditation, light meditation for 20 minutes, prayers and meditation, and then another 20 minutes I do journaling. Right? So this is my morning routine. How's it? How's it for you? Is that something not necessarily in the morning? It could be later in the day. It could be later than that. Nevertheless, but just trying to understand. Jagan, would you volunteer to share if you have a routine? If yes, what kind of a routine do you have?
Routine. Okay.
Yeah.
uh, right. One routine which I have. Okay, let me be frank. Before I go to bed, I put my mobile on charge. I set my alarm. This is one of my routines. One. Number two, call call up my list of uh, people to be called up, either my client or my pending payment people. So these two are my 100% routines on a daily basis. Apart from this, everything's flexible. And when I say flexible, it's not flexible actually. Actually, I'm not following things. So, which means my time of food or my sleep pattern, it is at my discretion. So nothing is fixed except these two things.
Yeah, I know that. I resonate with you. We have a few people who have shared, and Suresh ji says daily puja. Yes, it is a very important routine, right? Balancing spirituality is a very important routine. Thank you very much for sharing, Suresh ji. And Sumati says I do have, but I keep changing. I keep change. One second. Yeah, I keep changing the timings. Okay. Something very important for a routine is to also be at a certain, not that exact time, but be in a certain time zone at least. Let's say you call it early morning. Jagan, if you're talking, you're on mute. You call it early morning, or you call it morning, or noon, or afternoon, evening, or night. At least these zones are very important. Yeah. But yes, if it's at least having something is a beginning, nevertheless. Then I follow my clients whom I missed the earlier day. This seems to be a work routine. Excellent, excellent. Taking cholesterol tablet, right, absolutely. Our medicines are a routine. Yes, our medicines are a routine. Now that brings a very important distinction. Uh, and that distinction that I'd like to bring is it mandated routine, or is it an enabling routine? See, taking cholesterol tablets, or generally taking medicines and all, is a mandated routine. Yeah. It helps us uh, keep our health sane. And versus there are enabling routines, like how Sureshji pointed out, there is a daily puja that he does. That's a enabling routine. It enables either in the physical world, or in the mental world, or in the emotional world, or in the spiritual world. One of these four worlds of ours, it enables. Yeah, like how Jagan mentioned. Yeah, he has a routine which is enabling one of these worlds. Like how I mentioned, I do exercise, so it enables me in the physical world. I do my prayers and my meditation, which enables me in my emotional world or mental world. I also have on the other side my journaling, which helps me in my mental world or emotional world, however we want to call it. So, what is very important about a routine is that we should try to have more of enabling routines, right? So just have this in your mind: enabling routines. Pradeep Kumar says, walk, reach office by different routes due to traffic, reach back on time, meantime, declutter and mobile. Yes. See, so as we go forward, if you look at all of these, some of these are mandated routines. Going to work, it's a routine, but it's a mandated routine. We don't have another option. Those small things that we do for ourselves, and which helps us in one of these four realms of reality that we live in: the physical realm, the mental realm, the emotional realm, and the spiritual realm. In one of these four realities, that becomes an enabling routine for us. So a routine by definition is something that is done every day, means consistently, not necessarily every day, but consistently, at the same time, right? So this is the technical definition of a routine. And as we talk about senior citizens, and as we become senior citizens, it is very important for us to have enabling routines. And today we are going to talk about five enabling routines in different ways and means that could help us. Yeah, Jagan, please.
Akash, does it mean, see, every day I do Surya Namaskar.
Hmm.
Okay, I do two sets, but
Hmm.
not at the same time.
Hmm.
Uh, is it a routine?
It it needs to be done in a certain time zone. Then it will become a routine.
So
See,
not do,
what has to happen is, see, for example, you have your brushing, right? We all brush our teeth. Now, when do we do it? We don't do it in the afternoon. We don't do it when we like. We do it irrespective of whether we like or not. We do it at that time, and
oh,
that time is when we wake up, right? So that is that is called as a habit. A routine is a collection of habits, and most importantly, enabling ones. Are we good there?
good.
Beautiful. Thank you. Now, when we talk about these routines, the five which are very important for people who are going to enter, who are in their late 40s, who are going to enter their 50s, so on and so forth. You can see as I tell you. So the first and most important routine for and this need not necessarily be only applied to people in their 50s, but generally is our morning mobility and stretching routine, right? A morning mobility, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in chat so that it helps. One, morning mobility and stretching routine. See, we live in a very sedentary world. We live in a world where everything is sedentary, everything is sitting. The world is designed for us to sit and work, and it is imperative that we take care of ourselves. And that can happen by adopting a simple morning mobility and stretching routine. And what does it mean when we say, morning mobility and stretching routine? What is mobility? What do you guys think is mobility? Feel free to answer. What do you guys think as mobility? Movement. Excellent. Thank you very much, Karpsami sir. Mobility is nothing but coordinated movement. Yeah, that is what is mobility. See, what is coordinated movement is when you move with the purpose of moving. We walk. Is that mobility? That is movement. That is moving. Yeah, we jump, we dance. All of this is coordinated movement, and it is so very essential for us to keep our um, uh, uh, they call the muscle mass, for us to keep our muscle mass alive. And as against ancient wisdom, where they say, as we age, we should do less exercise. As we age, we should do less physicality. All of this is only invented by, unfortunately, the new age medical practices. Because the lesser exercise we do, the more patients we become. Right. So one of the very, very important things is to in a very simple manner do a morning mobility and a stretching routine. Yeah, that is absolutely so very important. And we need to look at all of our parts, right, from our head, our neck, our ankle, legs, and all of the parts that we have, and that gives some extraordinary benefits. Three which come out of it is, there is improved flexibility, there is improved joint mobility, and there is improved blood circulation, which is so very important. Which is so very important when we actually become what we become. Super. So this is one of the most important morning mobility routines. So tell me this: how many of you have something in similarity to a morning mobility and stretching routine? How many of you have something in similar to this? Yes, walking, exercise, yoga, all of those could be a part of the morning mobility and stretching routine. Beautiful. Anybody who has allocated a certain time, let's say 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 1 hour, or let's say 3 times a week, 4 times a week, something like that. That is also a routine, something that we do on a scheduled basis consistently in a certain time zone is absolutely a very important routine. Now, moving on to the second is the balanced nutrition routine. You know, I will say this is not only something, and I've just typed it on the chat. We call it balanced nutrition routine. When we say balanced nutrition routine, what does it mean? It not only means diet. Diet is not the only thing that it means. It means to maintain our energy. So what is very important as we grow older in our life is our energy management is very important, to support our bone health, because our bones keep us standing. That is very important. And the third one is to prevent chronic diseases, right? So it entails all of this. It entails eating consistently, at the given schedules. You're making it predictable for your body to know, okay, when a meal is going to come, and what is going to happen. Now you will have a lot of medical practices which also say eat only when you're hungry, or eat only when you want to eat. But a lot more studies have shown that, yeah, these are the time windows that you should eat consistently. 2 meals a day consistently, 3 meals a day consistently, whatever works for you as per your health conditions. There is, apart from eating consistently, there is also emphasis on lean, on all of the food pyramid. Many times what happens is we eat a lot of one part of the food pyramid, and again, that's not an enabling routine for us. We need different nutrition requirements at different phases in our life. And when we move towards the phase of 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, the nutrition requirements change. But what does not change is that we follow the food pyramid. There is a food pyramid. How many of you know that we have a food pyramid? How many of you are aware that there is a food pyramid? Okay, I used to take healthy food like fruits, veg. Yes. Okay. So a food pyramid is a very simple layman explanation of what and all we should eat. There are four families. So this should be taken a lot. This should be taken in moderation. This should be taken in lesser quantities, and what is on the top should be taken the least. And that's a great way of how food pyramid impacts our health. So that's equally important. Now, when we talk about the food pyramid, what is also an added advantage here is to actually seek the assistance of a dietitian. Sometimes I feel, Jagan, do you also feel that we live in too much of a DIY world?
Akash,
Yeah.
um, probably I'll say yes.
Yes.
And again, it also pertains to the cycle in which you are, particularly your life cycle, right? Like the people around you, your age, your requirements,
Yes.
time constraints.
Absolutely. And hence the need of a dietitian is even more highlighted.
Yes. Now all hospitals have a dietitian. Earlier they just used to write. The doctor itself will tell you what to eat, what not to eat. But now in major hospitals they got a dietitian whom you have to meet compulsorily. Like
Yeah.
see, at one point of time, like I was just looking at Mr. Suresh's statement, like fruit, veg, added meals, nuts, etc. At
Hmm.
one point of time, doctors tell you not to take nuts. If
Yeah, they
you
will.
take, you need to soak it in water. A lot of these different things starts happening up.
Yes.
because I get this information from my mom when she visits the doctor. So I used to always wonder like why the same food at a different age becomes uh, no.
Mm,
It tells to reduce or the doctor tells us to stop.
mm,
No, so that's why I say like the different cycles, and I think millet nowadays, yes. Nowadays, even my home, like every night it's millet, either ragu, kambu, solam. Like we do a dosa or a sevai or a adai, like all those kind of things with these millets only. So now in our house, it's totally millets in the night.
yeah. Yeah. See, Jagan, do you think in this complicated world where we are all in, Sureshji has brought in a very nice point. Online, there is so much of information available. Sometimes it is over information. Sometimes it's just over information. Yeah, and hence the need to actually take support of a professional.
Akash, I will look at this online availability of a lot of information as two things. One, we get interested, we get a first-hand information. But
Mm-hmm.
before getting into any sort of an action, I would
Mm.
always recommend people to meet the concerned authority, get a one-to-one checkup or a discussion, then start following it. Because each one's
Yeah,
body is different, age factor is different, the requirements are different totally.
yeah.
Probably we have Vijay today with us, who goes to gym, who's on diet strictly. After
Uh-huh.
30 days, he stops everything. Then he puts on a lot of weight. Then again he comes back to the routine. Vijay, are you there? No, I think he should be traveling.
No, no, he is there. He
He's
did
there.
join.
Okay.
So the point was about having balanced nutrition routine on a daily basis, and that makes hell a lot of difference when we have to think of ourselves, when we have to think of how we can lead a longer life without anybody's assistance, right? So very important. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your key ideas. And how many of you think, hey, this is something that I never knew? I mean, I already knew. I'm not learning something new today. Today is all about emphasizing the fundamentals. Today is all about emphasizing the basics. Basics are boring, but they work. Basics are boring, but they work. Absolutely. Yeah. Having a balanced nutrition routine is a very basic thing, but it works day in and day out. It works. The first one was about having a morning, movement and mobility routine. It works because that is how we consistently build our health. And the third is a daily physical activity routine. Now you may ask, okay, what is the difference between the morning routine and the morning mobility, and what is the difference between daily physical activity routine? And here is the answer. Walking is physical activity. Jogging is physical activity. Running is physical activity. All of those are physical activities. Yeah. Swimming, cycling, all of these are physical activities that come up. Yeah. Sometimes it could also be going to a gym is a physical activity. That and mobility are different. It is not one and the same. Both are different. Yeah. And here, what is the outcome of a physical activity? See, do you remember I told you the outcome of the first one, which is mobility is more to do with flexibility, is more to do with improving muscle mass and all of that. Whereas when we talk about the daily physical activity routine, we are talking about supporting our heart health, which we call it as um, what 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 is it called? Cardiovascular health. Yeah. CVD, cardiovascular health, heart health. It is very, very important. Because that is where most of the problems originate. They either originate from heart, or they originate from sugar, or they originate from blood pressure. And second is muscle strength and balance. Now, these two are also very important in addition to heart health. Yeah, and that can only happen with the daily physical activity routine. What we are talking about, 30 minutes of moderate activity on most days, maybe 4 days a week, maybe 5 days a week. And strength training, you can balance this and strength training for all of this combined 5 or 6 days a week. More than enough. More than enough. Simple exercises. And these are all in our scriptures. These are all in our yoga postures. I mean, these are all there as yoga poses. Standing on a single leg is actually a asana that has been there for ages, right? And today the other world has just so much modernized it. Heel to toe walk. Have you tried? Has anyone tried heel to toe walk? It's not very easy. It gives so much of strength to our you know foot, the underneath part. Yeah. So start slow and gradually build on the current fitness levels. Sometimes people ask me, "Hey, do we have to go like all in? Do we have to aim for um, HIIT kind of exercises?" No, we don't have to. We don't have to aim for HIIT exercises from day one, right? Start with the basics. Even when we are talking about strength exercises, start with low resistance bands. Start with having two 1 liter water bottles, right? Start with just having two 1 liter water bottles on either side, and take it up and down, and then you increase the weight. Make one can be made 2 kgs, two can be then made 4 kgs, so on and so forth. So that was the third one, and a very, very important one to support our cardiovascular health, to support our muscle health, and to support our engagement. Now the fourth, are you able to see how this is making our day? We started with mobility, we spoke about nutrition, then we spoke about fitness, and this is the fourth one.
Akash,
The
yeah,
Yes,
sorry, I have a question here.
sure.
Yeah, may I?
Yeah, yeah, please.
See your number one and number three.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, can we do certain activities which brings in both number one and the number
Can,
three? What you
can we
mentioned.
do certain activities
Yeah,
which
certain
brings
exercises.
in both?
You're
Which
talking
which
about.
means we,
Yeah,
we could do mobility and daily exercise at the same time.
yeah,
That's what you're saying,
yeah.
right? Yes, yes. But you know what the point here is? The point here is not trying to reduce, but rather trying to do what is necessary.
Okay, got it.
Because
Yeah,
because
the purpose is clear.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
once the
It's
purpose is
it's 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 not about trying to reduce, but rather do what is necessary to be done. See, when you're 65 and 70, you're not exactly going to be occupied 24 bar 7.
hmm,
So there is also a purpose like that. There is
yes,
there is there is
I
also
got it.
a purpose like that.
So each one's got a different purpose.
Exactly. Yeah. Each one has got a different purpose. Very true. Okay. And yeah, we have some feedbacks. Let's see. I was trained at my school days while playing hockey. Excellent, excellent, Suresh ji. And Kabsami sir says calf muscles get strengthened. So true. I mean the calf muscles are so important ones for us to aid in our balance, and they are so very important for us to do our walking, to be independent. Have you guys heard, when people fall down, when they break their hips, or when, elderly people, I'm saying, it's not great news. You know why? Because once they stop being independent, it's a downfall. They start getting a lot of problems. They're depressed mentally, they're depressed emotionally, they're troubled. And then, it's not a it's really not a great sense of being. So what is very important is that we actually, try to keep ourselves in the zone. We don't have to be extraordinary, but at the same time, we should not be not doing certain things that we should be doing, like the routines that I'm talking to you about. Yeah, without knowing the consequences, I went whole ground 3 times at Gandhi Stadium, and I was not able to walk for the next 3 days. Yeah, very true, very true. We were not able to walk for absolutely for the next 3 days. So what is important is that we do all of this. Yeah.
Akash, I think you can call her also.
Huh? The- Shh. No. Okay. She wanted my phone, I guess. Yeah. So now coming to the fourth one. Yeah. The fourth very important routine is the brain engagement and mindfulness routine. Now we have tried to engage our mobility. We've tried to talk about nutrition a bit. We've tried to talk about our physicality a bit. Now is the time to talk about our mental fitness a bit. Brain and mindfulness is one of the most important aspects as we grow older. Now, a lot of people focus on physicality. A lot of people go all in on spirituality and not do the rest at all, which is not a great thing to happen. We will have to look at everything, right? And hence a brain engagement is very, very important. You know, how we think, how fast are we able to think. And it is not about be trying to be an extraordinary thinker. All we need here is to see what we need to do with respect to our mental clarity, what we need to do to reduce our stress, and very, very important is what we need to do to improve our memory, which is at great risk because of aging, which is at great risk because of aging. Memory. It's such very important to look at it. Yeah. Mental clarity. Because what happens is, we've lived a certain life, we've had certain expectations, we've done certain, duties, responsibilities, and then when we start, into our retiring phase, it need not be at 58, it could be much earlier. We have certain expectations that come up, and sometimes there is disappointment and all of that. So brain engagement is so very important. Your mindfulness routine, and your and how are we going to keep our brain health up. So it is so important, and I will give you three very, very easy things. One is using things like Sudoku. How many of you do Sudoku? Brain game. It is one of the most powerful brain games ever possible. Sudoku has been scientifically studied to give us what we want. Yeah, to give the brain the need that I mean the flexibility that it needs, and it improves memory. Something like meditation or deep breathing exercises also help brain develop new connections. Excellent, Pradeep. Thank you very much. Yes. Basic level, it doesn't matter. Pradeep, what does not matter is whether you are at the basic level, you are at the intermediate level, you are at the advanced level. All of that does not matter at all. What is actually very important is that we do consistently as a routine. Huh? We use our mental energies to do it. We crack the code. We make something out of it. So one are brain games. Sudoku is absolutely, yeah. The secret is in the challenge. Yeah. The secret is actually in the challenge. You could also look at puzzles. You could also look at brain games. There are quite a few brain games. One of it that I use is called as Lumosity, Lumosity. It is actually an app, a brain game app, and it's wonderful. Second, as I was mentioning earlier, is meditation or deep breathing. Meditation or deep breathing. It helps de-stress ourselves. It helps us with focus. It helps us with our attention span, which is very, very, very critical when we age. Attention span. And the third very important thing is with respect to our memory, right? And when we talk about improving memory, do you know what is the only way to improve memory? There is only one way to improvement. There's only one way to improvement. And that one way to improve memory is to learn something which is very difficult. Jagan, mark my words. The only way to improve memory is to learn something which is actually difficult, like a new language, like a new instrument. Like there are many things that are absolutely new. You don't know how to do it. And when you learn to do it, our brain develops something we call as synapses, which then help us retain our memory, which then help us improve our memory. Please go to YouTube and you can see how to improve memory, and all of this will come in the first. Yeah. Something that you could also do is have social interaction, conversations with friends, conversations with people at your community, in the temple. That helps us have better self-confidence. That helps us have better self-worth, which is very, very important as our brain requires this in its space. And that's the fourth and very important thing about brain engagement and mindfulness routine. Yeah. How many of you do one or more of this regularly, consistently? How many of you do one or more of this regularly and consistently? Thank you, Jagan. What do you do? Would you want to share very quickly?
I play with my daughters. We have got some board
Excellent.
games and
Beautiful.
some challenging games.
Yeah.
So,
So
sort of,
so that helps you with relaxation.
yes,
That helps you with a deep sense of belongingness. Yeah.
yeah,
But also try, and I know you are always a learner. You keep learning new things all the time. So that helps you with your memory. But
yes,
something that you should also consider doing are brain games,
yes,
are things like this.
yeah,
Yeah, excellent. The last one of the day is what you're able to see on the chat. The sleep and evening wind down routine. Now imagine the whole day is now, coming up. You started with your morning mobility routine, then all throughout the day we have our nutrition routine, and then we spoke about daily physicality, and then we also spoke about brain health and brain games and mindfulness and all of that. And now we are actually ending the day. with a sleep and evening wind down routine. You, there are three very important aspects when we want to sleep. Three very important aspects when we want to sleep. What is it? Sorry, not three, two. One, we have to improve our sleep quality. And two, we have to support our recovery. Every day, our brain recovers when we sleep. And that recovery does not happen when we just physically sleep. That recovery only happens when we sleep well. And there is a phase of sleep called the REM sleep, REM, which is also another word for deep sleep, right? So if we have 2 cycles, 3 cycles, 4 cycles, or 5 cycles of deep sleep, typically this deep sleep, is about 20 minutes. That's all. But the whole REM is about 90 minutes, right? Is only then when our brain clutter is cleared and we are ready for the next day. Yeah. And this is true. This is science. All of what I'm telling you is science. So the purpose is to actually improve our sleep quality and support our brain recovery. That's the purpose that we are looking at. And how to make it happen. One, absolutely follow the 3-2-1 principle. Please, I will repeat it once again. The 3-2-1 principle. 3 hours before bed, eat. 2 hours before bed, drink. Whatever you want, you drink. That's all. Don't drink anything more. And 1 hour before bed, stop the screens. Screens. 3-2-1. Very, very, very effective, very well researched. 3 hours before bedtime, finish your eating. 2 hours before bedtime, finish your drinking. And 1 hour before bedtime, finish your screen time. And Jagan, you have a smile, like a wicked smile.
I thought like each one point what you put across, I was thinking it was difficult. Then I found an answer to it. I'm doing it somewhat, but the last one I am not able to find an answer at all. Food, drink, and screen.
Yeah,
I think Pradeep has got a question there.
practically question mark. Very true. See, there is a question mark practically, right? I do agree with you. But I think what was very key here is yeah, we've lived, most of our life a certain way. But is there okay, if not all of the three, can we begin by doing one of the three, right? Jagan, that is progress, right?
Yes,
Can we begin with one and then slowly increase it to two and then slowly make it to three?
yes,
Is it difficult? Yes, it is difficult, but that's what it is, right? The basics are boring, but the answer is actually in the basics. And our friend Suresh ji has rightly mentioned that they pay it later. They pay for it later. We all pay for it later. Yeah, but at least when we are 50 and plus, why don't we start doing something like that? Yes. What else are we talking about? Keeping, not doing high intensity activities before going to bed, right? Like being very enthusiastic, being very energetic, all of those things. Not trying to do that. That will also help. Very, very important. And then, heavy meals before bed, something that we know, and keeping our bedroom cool and dark will help our sleep routine. Absolutely. will help our sleep routine. Yeah. Of these five, what do you think is the most difficult? Of these five, what do you think is the most difficult? The first one is morning, movement and flexibility. The second one is balanced nutrition. The third one is daily physical activity. The fourth one is brain exercises and mindfulness. The fifth one is, getting deep, good quality sleep. Okay. So we have Jagan who said five. We have Pradeep Kumar who says two and five. We have Karp Sami sir who says fifth one due to environmental. Suresh Suresh says all are difficult. Five. So I think we have one unanimous answer that the number five is difficult, right? Okay, then I have another other question for all of you. If number five is difficult, can we begin by adopting number one and two, or number one and three, or number one and four, or number two and three, or number two and four, whatever you like, whatever you feel is easy, whatever you feel is easy, whatever you feel is worth your time. Can we do that? Can we can we do that?
Akash, yeah, I think uh, having a early rise will bring in will start streamlining the morning part,
Uh-huh.
flexibility part, and the physical activity part.
Mm-hmm.
Which means definitely you need to go to bed a bit earlier in the night. So that will reset your daily routine clock.
Hmm. Yes. Yeah, yeah, but Jagan, the more important question is I'm trying to enroll people to choose what they would want to do. So hang on
Okay.
there, huh?
Oh,
Hang
what
on.
I said is as per my thought process.
Ah, okay. Excellent. So you choose doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. So Jagan has an answer. What about others? What about others? Which are the two routines that you'd like? Okay, Akash has told. I find value. He has explained it well. There is scientific evidence backing all of this. You know, right? Whatever we discuss in SAM is all scientifically backed and evidenced and documented and something the best of the best information available out there. So what are we looking at? I have I have one gentleman who says yes, minimum three is fine. How to be consistent? Oh, uh, that's $1 million question. I will tell you how you have to be consistent. Just make sure that you don't miss 2 days in a row. Make sure that you don't miss 2 days in a row. That's all. If you miss today, it's okay. Don't miss tomorrow. That's all. It's all mindset. It's all mindset. Okay, excellent. Jagan, can you also post your response so that I can count? I have Sumati who says she's doing one, two, three, and four. Thank you very much, Sumati, for taking that decision today. Jagan, Karpsamy sir, thank you. Good idea, absolutely. But I'd love to hear from you which of the routine you would like to adopt in your life. Jagan says one and three. Excellent. We have two people who have already adopted something very important. What about the few others? We have Pradeep, we have Shiva Shanmugapriya, we have Vijay, and all of that. So So think about it. Think about it. What we could do and what can happen, and really great things can happen. Great things can happen. Beautiful. Thank you, Shiva Shanmugapriya, for saying 3 and 5. So actually, you see, Shiva Shanmugapriya has decided to take on the more difficult one, which is the 5. The more difficult one, which is the 5. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3 in the process, 4 to start, 5 food to be initiated in time. Excellent. Thank you, Karpsami sir, for acknowledging that you are already with the 1, 2, 3 in the process. Vijay is 1, 3, 4. Beautiful. What I'm also going to do is I'm also going to send this out as a handout to all of you. So make sure that you join our SAM group. Jagan, would you please key in the you know
Yeah,
uh,
give me a minute.
Yes. Whenever I get a chance, I'm doing Sureshji. Unfortunately, that's not a routine though. Yeah. So I would encourage you to take one and stick to it as a routine. Yeah. Just decide whatever you want. Just don't miss 2 days in a row consecutively. That's all. And you can see some extraordinary benefits. You can see some extraordinary benefits that will come your way. Yeah, this is boring, but this works. Ladies and gentlemen, my very fond participants of SM webinar, I rest my case here. These are absolutely the 5 routines that we must follow as we enter our second innings. Jagan has put on the bit.ly link. Yes, and this is a new thing that we are trying without a presentation. I hope you you liked it looking at me and Jagan, hopefully. Yeah. But yes, sometimes we have to be different. Good takeaway for the week. Thank you very much, Kapsami sir. Thank you very much. Yes, it is very fundamental, sometimes so fundamental that we may not even realize that we have learned something. But please consider this as an opportunity to reiterate what we know all this time, that these 5 routines actually build an extraordinary life, a life of independence, a life of freedom, and a life of self respect. I am completing 2 minutes short of 10 o'clock today. Can I unmute and talk? Please, Karpsami sir, please,
Uh,
kindly.
Good evening, sir. Of late, what I have found is when I want to keep engaged in myself, I study new chapters in management or something like that, or doing case studies wherein I put all my efforts to solve some problems. Okay, in the case studies. What happens was in the sleep also, as a dream, it comes into my head and it's disturbing my sleeps. What is
Uh,
the problem? What could be done?
it's a lot, and I'm sure Jagan, you can connect with Karpsami sir separately, but
Yeah.
something that I can see is that can help you is something we call as somatic practices. SOMATIC, somatic practices. It helps us be aware of what we can do, what we should do, what we must do, and what we should postpone for tomorrow. Yeah, we will have to actually, Karpsami sir, the question that you asked is a content for a whole webinar. But yes, somatic practices will definitely help. Somatic practices will definitely help. Thank you very much for sharing, Karpsami sir. Thank you very much for sharing. I can also give you some links of somatic practices. Is that okay? Can I give you some links, Karupsamy sir, of somatic practices?
Definitely, sir. It will help everyone.
I will. I will. We'll post on the SM group. Yeah.
Okay, good, sir. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Suresh ji says this is my next topic for my team. Ah, yeah. Please. I hold no copyrights for this content. So please feel free to use it to your team. The more people know, the better the word is, right? Ultimately, SM is actually about reaching 1 million elders. Whether it is through us, we alone cannot reach 1 million elders. We definitely need people like you to help us reach 1 million elders, and you're already going to do it. Please. Thank you. So Jagan, that's okay, right? I mean, I
Yeah,
just went.
perfect, perfect. That's our mission.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Shiva Shanmuga Priya says, thank you for the wonderful session. Absolutely. I'll follow it maximum and guide others. Thank you so much. Well, if that is all it is, thank you once again for joining today. And sure, Pradeep says, very informative session and good insights. Thanks for sharing. Yes, and good that you stopped with five. Yeah. I should stop with five because I'll tell you, if we have 10 and 15 and 20, what's going to happen? It's we will end up following none, right? So too much of choice is also not good. Let's choose one among these five. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We will tune in again next Tuesday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And Jagan, what's the topic for next Tuesday? Have we already
We'll
decided?
continue from where we left last week
Okay.
about the different types of personality, like
Uh-huh.
how we handle things, and this week it will be related to communication and family. That's what
Beautiful.
Karupswamy wanted to talk about.
Yes.
uh, about a month back he had asked for the topic.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Okay, Suresh says a topic on how to handle elders. Yes, we will definitely do that. Most of our programs are focused on that, how to handle
Yeah,
them.
it's best that topic is best left to Jagan only, Suraj. Okay, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Good night and sleep well. Bye bye.